last year, obviously not record-wise what you wanted, but we're starting into a new year. What did you learn about your program last year that helped you? That's going to help you going into this year?
That's a very good question. It's a few things. One, we got to be disciplined. I think we were not a very disciplined team last year, and the importance of being disciplined was a big standout for us. I have this old saying, no excuses, no regrets, and we had too many excuses. We just did not get it done. Most time it's something that we could have done differently would make it heartbreaking.
Yeah, and last year, you guys were coming off of the year with no football for COVID. Obviously, you're a coach, you're not going to make an excuse on that, but do you think that probably played a role maybe?
Oh, absolutely, it did. It played a role, but it definitely should not have been, that significant. Some things that we could have done differently that would have made life a lot easier for us.
Right. And so you come into this season, you're predicted to finish first. You've had this happen to you before, in the MEAC, but year one to go from kind of not the season that you wanted to being predicted to finish first. What does that mean about the respect that the A&T football brand that you've been a big part of building has, as far as folks expect you guys to bounce back and really right the ship?
I would say rightfully so, because we will bounce back. If you wanted the truth, this is common ground for us. I'd say the last 6 of the last 7 years we were picked to win it, and we were able to do so. So it's just another day in the office.
As far as the young men on the team, do you think that last year maybe gave them a little bit more hunger? I mean, when you come in, they come into something that's already been a winning situation. Do you feel like maybe they weren't aware how tough it was going to be, and maybe you learned that lesson coming out of last year?
Well, actually, I think it was a combination of things. And each class, had their representation on the season. Seniors I thought could have done a better job than what they did, and the returners could have did a little more than they did, and hence, fall down to the young guys, they're going to do what they see. So, start with leadership and trickles down. So, I'm very excited where we are right now. We've been, pretty much have the whole team here all summer. They have worked their butts off. They understand the lack of discipline and where it would take you. And so we'll see where we are here soon.
A lot of changes in the staff. Coach Gibbs has gone on. Coach Cord. So many guys that have been integral to what you guys have been able to do. I know you talked about the new coaches you have coming in, but just the transition of culture say transition to culture. What is the difference between this year's team and previous teams? And does it feel different not having those guys around?
No, it doesn't. Honestly, it feels pretty much the same because we're going to do what we do, and we're going to go about doing our business as usual. Football going to come down to run, block, and tackle. And as far as the coaching aspect of it, is how well you can explain yourself and what's required, the application that the player got to do for the defense or the offense or the play to work. And I think I have the right staff, when it comes to that. I think they can communicate those necessary skills so that we bid our very best.
Coaches always tell you the first game is the only game they're focused on, and clearly you guys have a big one out the gate, playing here in Charlotte at the Bank of America Stadium against a heated rival. Just talk about the opportunity for your young men and the program to get out, showcase what they can do, and really, and just showcase what they can do in front of a large audience here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's no better possible situation, I think, to kick off a season than to play here in Charlotte, North Carolina Central, here in Charlotte at the Panther Stadium. It's just the perfect situation. I think we could not have written a better script. It's an in-state rivalry. We're only 40-something miles apart. It's one that dates back for many years, and to put us on this platform, at this stadium, it's only going to help both programs.
Right, and then you guys are going to obviously have North Dakota State. That was a game that was supposed to be a couple years ago, pandemic, and you guys got it back turned around. Just talk about that game in perspective as far as their record precedes themselves.
Absolutely,
right.
They a special football team. They're not average by no stretch of imagination, and we set out with the idea of measuring ourselves where we are, compared to those national championship teams, and we got what we asked for.
No doubt about it. And then you guys, I think you guys have Duke again.
Yes, and then we'll follow up with Duke, and I think we've had some opportunities there that we got to learn how to take advantage of. We constantly allow. We beat ourselves. We make too many mistakes. When you're playing against a team that's better than you, you cannot make those type of mistakes. So I think the discipline, we learn to play with a better discipline and a more consistent discipline. Our chances will increase.
No doubt about it. And for the guys you have here, you talk about Charlotte and Jacob Roberts is a guy you guys brought in, and he had some success immediately. Just talk about him as a player, how he's matured and gone from being the young guy on that 2019 team to being a guy that you guys you're going to have to count on day in, day out.
I have this old saying in practice. I say, there's no need to fear. 1-3 is here, and he's that guy. I'm telling you, Jacob is that coachable young man that every coach want to coach. He does everything, at least give an effort to do everything right, and that's on and off the field. He's special, and just enjoy the work with him. He's thirst. He's a sponge for knowledge, and he made people around them himself better. And that's that special quality you just don't see in young kids these days. But he has them all.
And your former head coach, Coach Broadway, he talked about when they went to the Celebration Bowl that you guys weren't necessarily funded or ready to compete for the playoffs. But if you guys do what you're supposed to do, you'll be in the playoffs, the postseason this year. Do you feel like you guys as a program, obviously, you got to win, you got to get there, but do you feel like you guys are building a program that can compete at that level in the FCS playoffs?
Well, we're about to find out. We would like to think that we can, but being a realist, there's a ways to go still. But I think it's very important to find out where we are and how we fit into the scheme of things. And I'm excited for the opportunity. But first things first, we got to win the conference and then see where it takes us.